Welcome back to another episode of the Diabetes Digital Podcast presented by Food Heaven. I cannot believe it's already 2026, child. This
Crazy.
is crazy. I remember when it was 2020, even 2019, because we have this podcast and it's also documented. And I remember, I think I was saying on another episode, I was listening to my 2019, the end of the year pod, these are, closing out the year, whatever. And just what had happened, that we could never predict, with the pandemic. Cause I was like, yeah, this is going to be a year of, I don't even know what, but I'm like, and it turned out it was like a year of chaos. So hopefully 2026 will be good.
Welcome to the Diabetes Digital Podcast. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Jess, and we're best friends, registered dietitians, and diabetes educators.
Through our telehealth platform, diabetesdigital.co, we offer accessible and personalized virtual nutrition counseling for people with diabetes and prediabetes.
Visit diabetesdigital.co, that's C-O, to book your first appointment. We accept insurance and offer affordable self-pay options. Now, let's get into today's episode. So I have some really exciting news to share. If you are new here, I just have to give you a little bit of context. So at Diabetes Digital, we are a team of dietitians, and our mission is to help people improve their blood sugar and metabolic health through weight-inclusive, culturally humble nutrition behavior coaching that focuses on helping people improve their relationship with food. And we have seen 1,500 patients since we started at the beginning of 2024, and we've done 11,000 visits, which I can't even believe. That's insane. We've heard a lot from our patients anecdotally, and we've seen lab values anecdotally that they're having these big changes, but we wanted to look clinic-wide at all of the data and see what it was telling us. So we hired a data analyst, and I, for one, almost fell out my seat when I saw the results of our work with patients. So I'm going to go through them very quickly, and then I'm going to tell you a very special offer that we have for people in January. So if you have been thinking about working with a dietitian, if you've been putting it off and waiting for the perfect time to start, it is now. So in terms of the outcomes, for people with type 2 diabetes, we looked at A1C, which is the average marker of your blood sugar over a 3-month period of time. And what we found was, on average, our patients' A1C dropped by 1% in 6 months, which is amazing. So for example, if somebody with diabetes started it with an A1C of 7.5%, on average, it would land at 6.5%. This is better than the industry standard. It's also in half the time. Typically, it can take up to a year to see these changes, but we're seeing them in 6 months. And we tested people at 6 months and also at a year. And we found that by the year mark, they still had the improvement. So it wasn't something that was short term, and it wasn't habits that they couldn't maintain. The other things we looked at were cholesterol. We looked at fasting glucose. We looked at triglycerides. We looked at LDL cholesterol, and all of those saw drops. So for example, fasting glucose dropped 32 points. Total cholesterol dropped 20 points. LDL dropped 10 points. It honestly blew all of our mind. Now, some other things that I really loved to hear was that 96% of our patients said that they improved their relationship with food. And they cited things like more balanced eating patterns, more flexible mindset around food, reduced food guilt. I was just so happy to see it. Also, 96% said that they feel like they've adopted positive wellness behaviors, and 100% said that they felt confident maintaining their habits. So with all of this in mind, if you start care this month and you have your visit with your dietitian, we're going to pay for your A1C, your cholesterol, your LDL, your triglycerides, your fasting glucose, your HDL. Now, you're going to have to get your labs at LabCorp because that's a clinic that we are partnering with. And one caveat is, unfortunately, this is not going to apply to people in New York, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. You guys just have different state laws when it comes to labs. So if you want to get the labs done, head over to diabetesdigital.co, that's .co/quiz, sign up, have your first visit, and tell your RD that you want your free labs. Again, that's diabetesdigital.co/quiz. Sign up, tell your RD you want the labs. Now is the time. Now let's get to the episode. Do you have any hopes and dreams for this new year?
Hopes and dreams. I mean, I'm just looking to slow all the way down because 2025 was pretty chaotic. Yeah, just like a lot of back-to-back commitments and travel. So I say that every year, but I really am committed to doing things differently this year. It's funny because I spoke about it with my therapist, and it's like the way that I talk to her about it, it seems like I am in an AA meeting. I'm like, no, but like, I promise I'm going to do better. And she's like, girl,
Yeah,
but you're always in the same predicament. I'm
you
like,
are.
no, it's
Yeah.
going to be different. And so I am saying that it is going to be different. I'm calling
Yeah.
it here and now, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this was the first year where I felt even though did a lot of travel, it felt like very manageable. And every trip, with the exception of one, which I had to postpone, I felt excited about. Like, I was like, yes, this fits. So we'll see. I think 2026, this year, is going to be even more focused travel. Less is more. And now we cut off a trip this morning because we were supposed to go to Jamaica. And that's been chopped, that's been axed. And it's funny how I'm learning these things from Gabe, Wendy's husband, telling my husband, like, I'm learning everything from like the guys now. I'm like, no, we're still going. He's like,
Yeah,
no, Gabe says
I was like,
no.
wait, what?
Gabe tells him everything.
Making me look bad. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, wait a minute now. It wasn't confirmed, but I guess now it is confirmed because it just seems like a lot. But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were just still talking about it, but I guess Gabe
No.
relayed the
So if we
message.
have no, if we have dates, I already had an alert on the flights. I was going to buy the flights last weekend because I asked you guys, are these dates for sure? It's fine.
I know how you do.
Yeah. Yosef goes, oh, Gabe says we're not going to Jamaica. And I said, what? He said they're coming to, because we're also renting my friend's house in Tucson, which if you guys have been to Tucson, or it's amazing. If you haven't, you have to go. I love Tucson, and she lives in a really cool neighborhood. So we are going to be staying at her house like for February. For Wendy's birthday, we're going to go to Colombia, which did you respond if Yosef was invited?
I did, yeah. All partners are invited,
Okay.
and yeah, some of them are coming. So yeah, I thought like by default, I thought you knew because like Gabe is gonna be there. So
No,
I
I
thought
never
you knew.
assume.
Okay, okay. Well, the more you know. Of
Yosef
course.
assumed he was invited. I was like, I don't know. Let me ask. He's like, no, I'm invited.
Yes, partners are invited.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, so we do have a trip, and we have a couple trips in the works. But yeah, it seemed like Jamaica was going to be too much, too
Yeah.
close
And
to
that's
like the
fine.
other dates. But let's definitely do it for his 40th.
Yes, Jamaica. Yeah. Yep. He would love that.
Maybe even like an island hop.
I think I think we're gonna do for your birthday an island hop because it's like your birthday is only
Yeah.
4 days. So, or I don't know about island hop, but like South
Yeah, like
America hop.
another, yeah, like another.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like something
Peru
else.
would be
That's what I
nice.
was saying. I was just looking at a map
That would
this
be
morning. I was like,
amazing.
we got to do Peru. But anyway, so yes, new year, same you. That is our motto. We have a lot of cool changes coming for the podcast this year. And I will say we have read some of y'all's reviews. And the feedback we're getting is to be more broad and like have episodes that are a little bit more like solo episodes where we're really talking about like the updates. You guys are missing that. You're missing the updates. You're missing the personalization of the
You're
pod.
missing us,
You're missing
basically.
us. You're missing us.
That's
And
what we're hearing.
yeah, that's what we're hearing. They're like, can you guys like, yes, talk about diabetes, but like also like talk about other things. So we heard you, we saw the reviews, and here we are. So we're going to start doing episodes about our focus, obviously, which is diabetes, prediabetes, PCOS, metabolic health. That'll be a focus, but that's not going to be every episode. We are going to make them more broad because even if someone is listening who does have any of those conditions, like all of the other broad stuff still applies to you too. So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about some of our favorite small habits for 2026. And these are going to be things that, again, along the theme of New Year, same you, we're not adding new things. We're just sharing habits that we are currently doing that we enjoy, that we're going to continue, because sometimes it's better to focus on like what is working than trying to overhaul and add a bunch of new things. And so we encourage you to focus on what is working and what are maybe 5 small habits that you can continue doing. Maybe you hear one that we're doing, you want to add that and take it into the new year with you. Any other thoughts on that, Wendy?
Yeah, I love that. I think we did this episode before and it did
Mhm.
really well. So hopefully you guys have some takeaways from here, just like practical things that you can incorporate into your day to day. And Jess will share 5. I'll share 5. I can go first, Jess, if that's okay. So, my first habit that I have been doing already, but I'm not consistent, is incorporating just a couple of minutes every hour of movement, especially when you're at your desk. So, I'm working from home all day and I do have a standing desk, but sometimes I forget to like get up and make it a standing desk because it alternates between a sitting and standing. And so what that looks like would be like working at your desk and then like on the hour you would get up and you would do like arm circles, squats, hip openers, you would do stretching, any kind of movement that's going to just take like a few minutes and will get your blood flowing. And also, like, I think it kind of resets your brain a little bit so that you're not like just so on all of the time. So I'm going to try to be more consistent with that habit where I actually do it every hour. Cause sometimes I'll do it like every 3 hours or I'll forget. So yeah, that's my first one.
I love that. Yeah, movement is so important throughout the day. It's easy to just sit all day and not even notice that you are. And yeah, your body will hurt like that. So I might
Mm-hmm.
steal some of that. My first habit, and I got this from our girl Marley because she sent me a 10-minute voice note of her morning and evening routine because she's really excited about it. And I'm
Ooh.
like, I love this routine. And this is so basic, you guys. It's trust me. But what I won't go through her whole routine, but one thing she does add is like having a morning cup of something hot. And for her, that's coffee. For her, I think it's just a ritual and obviously like the coffee of it all. I'm trying to get into coffee, but I'm still not fully there yet. So I've been having like a big 16-ounce glass of tea in the morning. And for me, it helps with just having a bowel movement. I mean, I'll just say it. That's why I do it, because it's like it just gets things moving. It also starts the day off with hydration. I normally drink like a big thing of water in the morning, but I don't know. There's just something about the hot water that just feels good, especially in it's winter now. So that has been a current habit that I will hopefully carry forward into the rest of the year.
I love that. That is something that I consistently do just because it helps to ground me, like with the hot water,
Yeah.
and like it helps to get some interesting teas. Like I got this
Yes.
it's like a rose matcha tea that I got at the
Mm.
farmer's market. So it helps to have something interesting that you actually look forward to tasting. And I agree, it does help move the bowels in the morning.
Yes. And I will say really quick for teas. I don't know how to pronounce it, but TCO, Ticino, Tisa, whatever, Teecino, I think it is the best. They're
Oh.
so amazing, especially they have like my friend Najma was the first one who put me on. I was like, is this tea or is this crack? It's like it's like they have hazelnut and then if you
Oh,
mix it with
yeah, you put me
they're
onto that one.
so
They're
good
really
and there's
good.
so many flavors like chai. They're for whatever reason they're very strong, but there's no caffeine and no added anything. I don't know how it tastes so strong. But anyways, just yeah, quality teas make all the difference. Like love a Lipton here and there, not really, but but like branch out, guys. That's why whenever I go to a restaurant and it's like they only have Lipton, I automatically am like, this is not going to be a good experience for me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, not gonna work out. So my second is seasonal food choices. So picking one seasonal food every week. and trying to do that consistently just so that you can try different produce throughout the year. It's a fun way to try out different recipes. It's a great way to support the local economy. Usually seasonal food tastes better. During the winter, it is a challenge in a lot of places in the country because we don't have as much variety. But I do think it like, for example, it was some variety of squash that was available that I usually don't make, but I saw it at the farmer's market and I was like, oh, let me try it out. I ended up roasting and I really loved it. I was like, oh my God, I would have never tried it if I hadn't had gone to the farmer's market. So it is a good
Yeah.
opportunity to just try something new, especially when, produce is limited. In the summer, it's great because you can try all types of recipes. There's so much variety. And then the spring, but in the winter, it's a nice challenge.
Love that. I think I'll steal that one too.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is, and this is also part of my friend Marley's morning routine. And she said she stole it from me. And I was like, oh, because basically she stayed with us for weeks on and off. And she said she stayed with all of our friends, including Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
She will get mad at me for saying something, so I'm not going to say it. Sorry.
What did she say? Oh, no. I know it's not about my hosting abilities.
No, it wasn't anything negative about you. It was just positive about us.
What was it?
She said that she felt our house was like, she stayed with all of our friends. She said our house was the most fun, like food wise, like most exciting, like the most love for food. Yeah, she did.
Huh.
She's like, there was most joy around food.
Interesting.
Sorry, Marley's going to kill me. I'm so sorry, Marley. But anyways, because here's why. Because like it's California. We go to the farmers. We go to the farmers market. We go here. We go there. It's like, ooh, what are we making? We like did a whole spread of like different ingredients, salads, like the smoothies. So anyways, Marley said she had saw us do the smoothies every day. And she was like, I love that idea of having just like one solid staple and not like, she's like, oh, I have decision fatigue around breakfast. I should just do one thing. And she's like, I know I love my oats, which she does. Like when we went to Italy, she was like, I want what did she say? Like her oats and her almond milk, all these like specific ingredients. So she has that every day. So anyways, I have my smoothie pretty much every day also. One thing that I found really helpful is to prep the ingredients like either the night before or for the week. You can put them in like Tupperware. So let's say if you have a smoothie with like fruit and protein powder and what else would you put? Like even peanut butter, anything. Like you put like that smoothie's ingredients in a Tupperware or in like a plastic bag or reusable plastic bag. And then in the morning, I just dump it all in and then add like my liquid and blend and it's good to go. So just prepping will save you so much time. And that way it's like not a decision. You just are kind of have all your ingredients.
Love that one. All right. My next small habit is being consistent with medications and supplements. This is something that happens to me a lot where I'm like, oops, I forgot to take my thyroid medication. Oops, I forgot my magnesium. So I have been trying to just kind of lay them all out for the day. And it's really tricky when like you have to like for some things, it's like, oh, you got to take it before meals. And it's like, okay, well, I already started eating and I'm like, what now? So just having a little more structure around that. I know, especially for people that have diabetes and they're on medication or like other conditions and you're taking medication, like that can be a challenge. So like whether it's setting alarms or just for me, I lay it all out. Like I have a little white cap on my desk and I just put all my little pills in there. And I know, okay, by the end of the day, I have to make sure that like these are all gone.
Yep. I literally have mine right here.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I feel like I'm always in meetings, like taking my pills because I forget and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just sitting here in a meeting. It makes a difference because sometimes like if you're not, I used to not be consistent also. So like putting them in your face can be really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next thing is walking after meals around the block when I can. So like after breakfast, like just a 5-minute walk, like 5-7 minutes after lunch, after dinner. Because if you listen to the podcast, I was going into like the ovarian insufficiency, which leads to like the perimenopause symptoms, which leads to blood sugar changes. Anyways, like I have had pre-diabetes kind of like on and off. And so walking, as we know that we talk about all the time, can be really helpful for regulating your blood sugar as well as doing strength training. So I find that it's just easy. It's tacking it onto something else. Like, they say with habits, I forget what the term is, but if you do it along with something you're already doing, like eating, I'm always going to be eating,
Yeah.
then that can be helpful. So that's something I've been doing the walking around the block. Like, I've been talking about that for like the last year or so, 3 to 4 times a day consistently. But now I'm like, let me just time it a little bit better with my meals.
That's a great one. I love that. And it'll also help to bring your post-meal numbers down if you have
Exactly.
diabetes, prediabetes. Amazing. Okay. So my fourth one is light exposure. I'm deficient in vitamin D on and off. So this is especially important if you're living in a place that doesn't have a lot of sunlight during those colder months. Get out, go for a walk. I have a balcony, so sometimes I'll just sit on my balcony to get some light exposure. And it really does help to boost the mood and just feel alive a little bit. Like, our friend Marley, I feel like we should have just invited Marley on this podcast.
Seriously. Hey,
She lives in
girl.
Amsterdam. That's the reason why I can't live in Amsterdam, because they don't have a lot of sunlight. And the poor
They
thing,
don't.
she has like a light lamp on her desk that she showed us, and she'd be struggling. And I get it, because if I didn't have a lot of sun exposure, I would be going through it. I try, like, even in the winter, peak sun hours, I'll try, even if it's like for 10 minutes, just to get out, put on a coat, get out, go on a walk, or just like stand in the sun. But yeah, it makes all the difference for a lot of people.
Sure does. Love the light exposure. Okay, my next thing is rotating easy meals. I actually met with a dietitian. She was great because of like all the stuff that I have going on with like the autoimmune and, the prediabetes and everything. And sometimes it's just helpful to have like someone looking at what you're doing, that accountability. So she reminded me like, you don't have to like make new things all the time. Cause also for like an ADHDer, it's a lot. And by the way, shout out to Jessica, our dietitian, who has ADHD as well. And a lot of her clients have ADHD and she is trained in that and very helpful. But that's a side note. Anyways, so as an ADHDer, sometimes like the meals and the ideas, it gets overwhelming. So she's like, just go back to like the rotating, have like 6 to 10 things, for your lunch and dinner. So for example, on Mondays, we have like salmon, which has been the case for like years, but just like really solidifying that, like salmon with like a different veggie. I love Wendy's idea of like a seasonal veggie and then getting it pre-cut if you can for me. And then like a frozen carb, like frozen rice or squash or something that can be roasted. The rice obviously is not roasted, cooked in the microwave. So that's been really good. Or like pizza. We used to do, and I've mentioned on this pod for like 5 years, we would like make a pizza, not from scratch, but like we'd buy the crust at Trader Joe's and like make the pizza. Now we do frozen pizza. So frozen pizza on Fridays, a bag salad or some kind of easy veggie. That's so helpful to stay consistent because then it's like you can just go into the grocery store. I also have like that I put on the fridge a sticky menu thingy so I could just like write in the Sharpie, okay, like this day, this, and then I'll bring that often to the grocery store and then it's like a in and out type thing because it's like things I already know.
Yeah, Trader Joe's has some really good frozen pizza. I feel like we've tasted all of them.
Oh,
They have
oh
like
wow.
a really good buffalo chicken pizza, which I didn't think was going to be good, but is actually one of the best ones. Just had the margarita pizza last night. They have this pesto one. Like, they're all really, really
Oh
good.
yeah, you also need to get the pesto one from there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. And then also you can get a rotisserie chicken. Like, a lot of these supermarkets will have like the cooked rotisserie chicken. And that's nice because you could just like chop it up and incorporate it in a bunch of different ways. And it always tastes really good. So that could be another option too.
Absolutely.
Which leads me to my last small habit for 2026, and that is intentional breathing. It's something that I do on and off, but usually before like getting up from bed, I will just like lay and for at least 5 minutes do some intentional breathing to like just recenter my nervous system and like ground myself for the day. And funny enough, we are going to be having a breathing class in a few weeks.
Yay.
If you go to diabetesdigital.co/events, you'll be able to see all the details and sign up. It's with our friend Jetta, who is a Reiki practitioner. She leads different breathing workshops. She does yoga, like movement. She's just incredible. She does
She's
all
so cool.
types of healing practices. And we thought it would be a great way to kick off the new year. So if you're interested in this breathing group, go to the website, diabetesdigital.co/events, and you can sign up there. It's totally free. You do not have to pay. Yeah, that's my last habit. What's yours, Jess?
I was gonna just comment too on the events. So as we're talking about like this year and everything going on, we did a lot of events last year. So many good ones. And a lot of them you guys were very excited about. So this year we're doing at least 10 different events. So definitely make sure to sign up for our mailing list so you'll know. But we did like a cooking class last year. We're going to do that again this year. We did a yoga
Yoga.
class that
Yeah.
was really popular. Now we're doing the breathing. We did a body image group. We thought that that group was going to have maybe like 10 people. I think we had like 25 people, 30 sign up.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to break it into even smaller groups. So there's like so many really cool groups happening. I'm going to do a perimenopause class, like building muscle perimenopause and perimenopause. So definitely make sure to check us out. And these are free with your insurance. So they're, yeah, if you have benefits, you just, sign up and then we'll use your insurance. Okay. My last final habit, and this is one I'm sure I've been talking about this for a while, and I'm sure a lot of people do, is the no phone in the bedroom before bed. Like
Mm-hmm.
that, it's very rare. Sometimes here and there, like maybe once every 2 weeks, I might have the phone for whatever reason, but no phone in the room, and then the Kindle before bed is like my favorite combo of all time. There's nothing better than getting into the bed, reading a book. It's the best way to fall asleep.
Yeah, it really is.
Hard way to read, but a great way to fall asleep. So then I like wake up and read in the morning so that I'm like actually fresh in bed too. And I have this like Kindle device. It's it's like my favorite thing ever. It's kind of it shows my age, but it's basically like if you don't feel like holding up the book, which I don't because it like hurts my back, it's like a device where you can put the book in there and then it like you can like kind of like a phone stand, but for a Kindle that's like heavy on the floor so it doesn't like tip over. But so then I can like read like this or read sideways and I don't have to touch it and I could just like tap. So it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But that is such a good tool for sleep for me. And I also still wear the red light blocking glasses, even with the Kindle. So I'm not getting the blue light, which will keep me up. So yeah, that's my last habit.
Yay! Those
Any
are all so
thoughts?
good.
Yeah, any thoughts on any habits that you might carry, like anything new that you might carry forward into next year?
Yeah, I think all of these, the ones that I've been struggling with, but also the ones that are new to me. I love these because they're all very small and doable. I don't want to get overwhelmed and commit to everything,
Yeah.
but I think the ones that are speaking to me the most are going to be the no phone in the bedroom because that's actually something that we've been doing is we will give each other our phones when we're going to bed. And so we swap them and then we put
Mm,
them under the bed
I
of
love
each of our
that.
sides so that in the middle of the night, we're not reaching for our phone. Like we would
Yeah,
have to get up and go around the other side. So that works
I
because
love that.
we have it, but yeah, we have to work on being more consistent with that. But we do it enough. So I think that's something that we're going to be more committed to.
That is so cool. Yeah, and also if you guys are looking to be on the phone less, definitely check out the Brick app.
Yeah.
It's like a device. It's like game changing because I think many people's complaint is I need my apps, emergencies, like I need the phone, which I get. Yosef's like, emergency, emergency. I'm like, okay, there's no emergency, but okay. It's like the one time there's an emergency in 20 years, we're going to be on the phone for 20 hours a day. Okay. So for me, I love the brick because you can block specific apps and you literally have to tap it for it to open. Like it's not these ones that you can like bypass that are just come on your phone. It's like an external device you put on your fridge. You have to tap it. And so I love that. But yeah, in terms of your habits, I think the easiest one for me to incorporate would be picking one seasonal vegetable each week. I love that. Especially, when we go to the farmer's market, there's so many good ones, or the co-op. So I'm going to try to incorporate and like look up or maybe have like some kind of list of seasonal foods so that I can do it.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And with that, so New York, with that being said, I'm like, I watch Pop the Balloon. I don't know if she's from New York, but she definitely is from the East Coast, Arlette. She's always like, and with that being said, versus I like how I feel like we would say is having said that.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys say with that being said.
We do. Yeah. With that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much
wrap it up
for listening. I hope these small habits were helpful. Just make sure that when you think about whatever small habits you're going to incorporate, keep in mind that they want to be realistic. You want to be consistent around them. You don't want to be like stressed out, like, oh my God, how am I going to get this done? It should be something that doesn't require too much effort and overhaul, because it's all about like incorporating things consistently over time that make a big difference. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about what small habits you're going to adopt for 2026. We hope that you pick just one of these to try, and let us know. You can share via Instagram. You can DM us or just comment on the podcast post and let us know what habit you're trying out. And yeah, we will catch you in a few weeks. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Happy New Year.
Bye. Happy New Year. And we'll actually catch you next week because the podcast is weekly.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us for today's episode. If you're interested in nutrition counseling with one of our expert dietitians to help improve your prediabetes or diabetes, visit us at diabetesdigital.co.
Also, if you found our conversation helpful, do us a favor and rate and review this podcast on iTunes, plus share with someone who might find this helpful. You can also connect with us on Instagram at diabetesdigital.co.
And tune in every Wednesday for practical, inclusive, and culturally humble diabetes insights. We'll catch you later. Bye.